Hello, I'm Alexandra Jacob, Associate Pastor for Families, Youth, and Children here at Westminster, and I'm here with one of our faithful youth volunteers, Katrina Heinze. Hi, Katrina.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So I'd love to hear a little bit about your involvement in the youth program.
Yes, so I've been involved a long time. Most importantly, as a parent raising two children through the program, one who graduated a few years ago and one who's graduating this year. But also I was FYC chair for a long time, church school teacher. Currently I'm volunteering with the middle schoolers and then have done other sundry volunteer things, including a mission trip.
Wonderful. So I know it's hard to pick, but if you had to pick a favorite story or memory from your time with the youth, what would you want to share?
You're right. It is really hard to pick, right? I think my favorite is the middle school mission trip that I went on 5 years ago now. Okay. The adult leaders were asked to prepare devotions every evening to share with the group. And the youth leader at the time asked me to prepare a devotion about science and how I saw science and faith working together. Cool. So I got to share some of my favorite nerdy stories about plants and bees and farming. And, seeing the youth really get inspired by that and having folks who now have been graduating from high school talk about how that helped them form their faith was a really cool story. I have a parallel story that I stumbled upon the senior highs on a trip once on their way to Colorado and got to talk to them about farming as well.
Amazing.
And again, see their faith build.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It's a cool experience.
So we talk at Westminster a lot about finding our place of usefulness. That's one of the ways that we talk about Christian vocation. How do we find our place of usefulness here at Westminster in the church community? And clearly you have found that one of your places of usefulness, but also youthfulness here is working with the youth. And so if there's someone in Westminster's community who's sort of discerning maybe a sense of call to this kind of leadership, how would you talk with them about that?
Well, there's two pieces, right? So it's definitely helps you keep your youthfulness. Yep. It's fun, the energy of being in the youth. It's a great way to stay culturally literate yes. as they push you into things you've never thought about. Yeah. But I think maybe a little bit more seriously, it is a place where as you walk with the middle schoolers and any of our young people, to have to talk about your faith and talk about your theology and really explore that. Often we don't do that out loud. Yeah. And young people ask very hard questions. And my faith has grown in ways that I don't think it would have any other way. Yeah. Because of the journey that they let me go on with them.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you're serving as a confirmation mentor this year, and you've done that before, maybe?
A couple times.
Yeah. Anything about that process that you would want to share?
Again, right, that's like a deep way to really explore your faith. And it helps you understand your relation to your church. Probably next to my officer training, the best exploration, kind of formal exploration of faith that you get to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Again, speaking about your faith and theology out loud.
Yeah.
Forces an honesty.
Totally.
That you don't have to do when you're sitting in church.
That is very true. That's awesome. Any other stories or memories you'd want to share?
We as a church did such a good job staying in community, I think, with our young people during COVID. Yeah. And it was so much fun seeing the middle schoolers on Zoom kind of share their houses and their lives and their stuffed animals. Yes. And it'll always be a special group for me because of that.
Yeah, I think so. I think of Ian and his cat and people with their siblings coming in and out of each other's rooms. And it's
the
just
online cooking competition we did.
So good. good.
Yeah,
So good.
which I got to see both as a parent and as
Right.
adult. It was
Right.
fun.
Well, we're really, really grateful for the work that you do with our youth. It's really important that young people have adults in their lives who aren't their parents and who aren't their pastor, who can journey with them through all the things that they experience as young people. So it's super important, and grateful to you for sharing your stories and experiences.
It's my pleasure. I would encourage people to do it. So many adults did it for my children
Yeah.
that it's an important way for me to be able to give to the church, but also to get back in ways that I didn't understand.
Yeah. Thanks, Katrina.
My pleasure.